Alright, so this is how to do a valve adjustment on a Lamborghini V12. This is a V12 out of 2006 Mercy with 17,000 miles. Engine is out for a clutch, and figure we do valve adjustment while we're at it. So intake cams should be around 14 thousandths of an inch clearance. Exhaust cams should be around 19 to 20 thousandths of an inch clearance. So what you want to do is you want to turn the crank until you got your lobes pointing up, and you can take a measurement. So let's see what we have here. So like I said, intake should be around 14 thousandths. Here's a 14, fits just fine. So here I'm putting in feeler gauges to measure the clearance between the lifter and the cam. So here's a 15 thousandths. 15 thousandths fits just fine. Here's a 16 thousand. 16,000 fits with a little bit of resistance. And here's a 17 thousandths. 17 thousandths does not fit. So therefore, the clearance here is a 16 thousandths. Too big for an intake. So we're going to measure the shim and replace the shim. So I made my tool, which is essentially a screwdriver that I grind down to 7 millimeters. Gave it a 90-degree bend in it. Stick the screwdriver between the two buckets. I like to make sure that the notches are pointing straight up on the lifter bucket. So rotate it. That presses down on the lifter. Use my picks to work the shim out. Just enough to break the vacuum. Then use my magnet to take it out. And there's the shim. Okay, so this shim is 3.90 millimeters wide. 0.05 millimeters equals about 2 thousandths of an inch. If the clearance here was 16 thousandths of an inch, I needed to reduce it by 2 thousandths. Therefore, I need a shim that is 3.95. Here's my new shim, 3.95 millimeters wide. Should give me a clearance of 14 thousandths. So let's install it. To install it the same way, you put your tool between the two buckets. You bring your bucket down. I like to put the measurement towards the bottom. That way, in case you're going to replace them, you know what size you're starting with. Alright, so you work the shim into the bucket. Take your tool out. Just make sure it's seated all the way. Alright, so now we measure. And there's a 14 thousandths. Fits just fine with just a little bit of resistance. Here's a 15 thousandths. 15 thousandths does not go in. So that clearance right there is perfect. Now, you just got 47 more valves to go.